June 2021, we are in middle of global pandemic due to novel coronavirus, COVID-19. We are going to discuss about the need for hand wash, why we need to hand wash. Also, it's a good time for people from Indian Peninsula to learn cleanliness as well at this point of time in the Cosmos timeline. So hand wash usually with the soap will remove bacteria and chemicals and dirt. How it is going to help us to control a pandemic, that is the virus, because a virus size is 20 nanometer to 500 nanometer. On average, it is 120 nanometer. So if so, how hand wash is going to help? So this novel virus is unique with 5 different proteins. It has spike protein S protein, membrane protein M protein, and it is enveloped by envelope protein and nucleocapsid protein and genomic RNA lipid layer. So here the interesting part is envelope protein. So in the envelope protein we have fat. So that fat is derived by the virus from the host, that is from our epithelials, from our inner from our organs, vital organs, it derive it. So this E protein is of fat. When we do hand wash, we do two things. We apply friction between the hands and fingers, and we use soap. The soap molecule form a hydrophobic tail, so that bonds with the oil and fat. Okay, so the virus, COVID virus, is just 120 nanometer in size, which go and sit on our fingerprint crevices. It's so tiny and it is a nanoparticle, but still hydrophobic tail bonds with the fat which is in the E protein, envelope protein, and it make a rupture, the tail rupture, and it expose the RNA, sac of RNA cells, and it deflate the virus because virus do not have the envelope. Plain old soap and water rubbing for 15 to 20 seconds is good enough to reduce the bacterial count by 90%. How it is possible is, so the lather in the soap form small packets that's called measles. So that measles trap the bacteria, chemicals and dirt, and it washes it away. Also rubbing between the fingers also break down the bacteria and virus. So these two actions are helping to globally control the pandemic situation, the wild spread of virus. Another thing we have to consider is toilet seat. Virus, bacteria prevail there in huge numbers. We also know the first occurrence happened in the wet market from the toilet. Also in this occasion, I want to talk about the carbon footprint as well. So bedded toilet is good. So there is no use of paper towel or hand. We don't touch any bacterially dense toilet in a house or in public place. In addition to that, I want to mention every individual uses 57 sheets of toilet paper single day. 3 million tons of toilet paper are used in USA alone, and it requires cut down of 54 million trees a year. So by the toilet helps us particularly to control, in my mind, E. faecalis bacteria, which is very pathogenic, which the occurrence is less, but the possibility is more. It is not only such bacteria species, and many other pathogens are controlled with new features such as BIDET. Also, one more thing we need to understand, our body has 35 million to 70 million, trillion, 35 trillion to 70 trillion cells. Out of that, the number of cells are almost equal. I mean, in terms of bacteria, we have equal numbers of bacteria as well living in our body, but it accounts around 200 gram or 1 to 3 kilogram of bacteria, or 1 to 3% of body mass. Our body is full of bacteria. Also, in terms of virus, which is 10 times even more, there is 380 trillion viruses inside and outside us, which are trying to have us as host. Some of them are capable of living on the moisture which is on our surface, not only the oil on our skin, as well as the moisture on our skin also prevails. That's why it's outside and inside as well. It lives due to the small, tiny structure. Having said that, it's a time for cleanliness. Let us all wash our hand thoroughly for 15 to 20 seconds and try to incorporate novel approach such as guided toilet. Soap is particularly very powerful with the hydrophobic tile, and it controls virus. It's due to the unique nature of envelope E protein, which has uh, synthesis of fat to form and hold a structure for virus. And it the tail of hydrophobic soap molecule is capable of deflating the virus and breaking the sac of RNA cells. Thank you.